Hi, my dear students. I am welcoming you to the corporate administration classes. Here in this class, we are discussing about the concept called as incorporation or registration stage. Incorporation or registration stage. What is the first stage we are discussing in the previous class? That is what we called as promotion stage. So there are four stages we are involving here. The first one is the promotion stage, second one is the incorporation or registration stage, and the third one is the capital subscription, then fourth one is the business commencement stage. This fourth stage is very essential in each and every organization, each and every company. Either it may be a public company or it may be a private company. So the stages is very important to establish the organization in a systematic and a right manner. So therefore, the stages is very important in this chapter. Now we have to be going to discussing here the second stage. What is the second stage here? Incorporation or registration stage. The second stage here, incorporation or registration stage. Here in this, here in this incorporation stage, first of all, we should know that about the incorporation. Yes, here, after taking all preliminary steps for registration, an application along with the necessary documents with stamp duty, registration fees has to be made to the registrar for the issue of certificate. That certificate called as incorporation after the reutilization. See, reutilization means we are given the meaning in the bracket. Reutilization is nothing but to make new use. To make new use. So to make new use, it is called as reutilization of the document. If the registrar is satisfied, he will issue a certificate called as certificate of incorporation. Here, this is the, it means incorporation. It is also called as registration stage. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತಾನೂ ಸಹ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನೋಂದಣಿಯ ಹಂತ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಯೋಜನಾ ಹಂತ. ನೋಂದಣಿಯ ಹಂತ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಯೋಜನಾ ಹಂತ. ಏನು ಈ ಸಂಯೋಜನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಏನು ಈ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್. So either it may be a public company or it may be a private company. Registration is compulsory according to the Companies Act of 2013. It is prescribed in the Companies Act of 2013. So each and every Companies Act is very essential. So what rules and regulations they are prescribed, terms and conditions they are prescribed in the Companies Act of 2013, it is very essential. Each and every domestic company or it may be a foreign company. Either it may be a domestic company or it may be a foreign company. If it is going to register the company, it must and should satisfy the terms and conditions. Therefore, it is all the documents is verified by the registrar. All the documents is verified by the registrar. Who is the registrar? Yes, why? Because registered. So we should know about the person registrar. Who is this registrar? Registered is the authorized person. He is the official. Registered is the authorized person, official. On behalf of the Companies Act, he is performing each and every duties and responsibilities. So therefore, we must and should satisfy the terms and conditions of Act. Those documents is verified by the registered. See what they are telling us in corporation. We simply knowing that incorporation is nothing but it is the incorporation is nothing but it is the second stage. Incorporation is nothing but it is the second stage. After the promotion stage, it will be started. After the promotion stage, it will be started after completing the preliminary steps. Preliminary is nothing but the primary. Preliminary is nothing but the primary stages. After completing the primary stages, so here those steps were registration along with application. We are also fill up the application. With this application, we must and should tag up. We must and should tag up with the necessary documents with the stamp duty. But it means stamp duty. Stamp is available in the post office. It is a revenue stamp. Revenue stamp means it has the legality. So there is no frauds, there is no errors. We are made in the documents. So therefore, stamp duty represents the legality of the documents. Those documents what we are provided, it is legal documents. It does not has any illegality, any corruption, any frauds, any mistakes. Therefore, so along with the application, the documents of stamp duty, registration fees. See, registration fees also is very, very important. Registration fees also is very, very important. So registration fee is prescribed by the registrar. Either it is depending upon your organization's capital. Either you are putting the 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs or 40 lakhs, anything else. It is depending upon your capital structure, how much you are invested in your organization, what is the capital amount of your company. So based on the capital amount, the registration fees they are prescribed, they are given, has to be made to the registrar for the use, for the issue of certificate of incorporation. So this is very, very essential when we are start or establish, when we are start or establish the company, either it may be a public company or it may be a private company, we should need it. It is very, very essential. It is very, very required. Two documents, two certificates is very, very essential to start the business organization. Those two certificates, what we called as, the first one is the certificate of incorporation or registration. Certificate of incorporation or registration. So therefore, to get a certificate of incorporation or registered, we should submit, first one is the application, second one is the necessary documents. So documents that has the stamp duty, it must and should has the stamp duty, and the third one is the registration fee. So these three is very, very essential to issue this certificate called as incorporation. Who is issuing this certificate? Registrar is going to issue this certificate. After he is make it use of the documents, after he verifying the documents, reutilization is nothing but re-verified, re-examination, re-verified or re-examination of the documents. Each and every document is verified by the registered. After that, if he is satisfied, each and every document is correct and right, means they are given, they are issued the certificate called as incorporation certificate. So this is very, very essential certificate. After getting this certificate, our company become the registered company under the Companies Act of 2013. So this is about the incorporation. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸಂಯೋಜನೆ ಅಥವಾ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಕಂಪನಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಎರಡನೆಯ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದ ಹಂತ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕಂಪನಿಗಳನ್ನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಕಾನೂನುಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ, ಕಂಪನಿಗಳ ಕಾಯ್ದೆ 2013 ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯನ್ನು ಸಹ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕಂಪನಿಯನ್ನ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ನೋಂದಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿ, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಕಂಪನಿಯ ನೋಂದಣಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ಹತ್ರ ಅಧಿಕೃತವಾದಂತಹ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅವನು. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಗಳ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅಧಿಕೃತವಾದಂತಹ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯ ಹತ್ರ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಧಿಕೃತವಾದಂತಹ ನೋಂದಣಿಯ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪತ್ರ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೋಂದಣಿಯ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಯೋಜನಾ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪಡಿಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಒಳಗೊಂಡಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಕಂಪನಿ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕಂಪನಿಯು ಆ ಒಂದು ನೋಂದಣಾ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ ಪಡಿಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಶುಲ್ಕ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವಶ್ಯಕವಾದಂತಹ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳು ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅವನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನೋಂದಣಾ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ 2ನೇ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್, next we are moving on. This is the very, very important concept here. What it means, steps and formalities. See, this is the another most important concept here. Steps and formalities for the incorporation of the company. Here we are also following certain most important steps. Why? Because it is very, very important to follow the formalities. Here also we has the procedure. Why? Because so we are not putting any dilemmas here. The steps clearly they given, each and every steps clearly they given about how we have to satisfy the, how we have to get the incorporation certificate, how we have to get the incorporation certificate. Each and every steps and the formalities here they given. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಯಾವ ಕ್ರಮಾನುಗತಿಯನ್ನ ಅನುಸರಿಸಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನ ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ರಮಾನುಗತಿಯನ್ನ ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಸರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ in the steps of incorporation. The first one is the approval of name. The first one is the approval of name. It is very, very essential. Approval of name. It has to be ensured that the name selected for the company does not match with the name of any other company. See, this is very, very important. So what name we are selecting for our company, either it may be any type of name. For example, Tata Group of Institutions, UB Group of Companies, Nitish Group of Estates, Reliance Group of Industries. So what happens here, the one company name is totally different from another company. So this is what they are telling us. Approval of name is very, very essential. Approval of name is very, very essential. So it has to be select the right name of the company. The name of the company must and should represent the company's activities based on the nature of the company, based on the size of the company, based on the objectives of the organization. The company must and should select the right name for the company. For this, promoter has to fill in a name availability form. It is very, very essential. We getting the name approval. Each and every name of the organization is registered in the Companies Act of 2013. There is no exemptions. Each and every name, if it has a legality, if it is registered under the Companies Act, it must and should register its name also. For example, Hindustan Unilever Limited, it is registered in the Companies Act. Three Roses, the name registered, brand registered, and the symbol will be registered, and the color will be registered. Why? Because each and everything is important and essential to the organization. So therefore, name availability form will be filled up by the promoter and it is submitted to the registrar along with the fees. So this is the first step. We are involved in the incorporation stage. In this stage, what happens here? We mustn't select the name of the company. It does not match with the another company's name. In this stage, promoter has to fill the form called as name availability form, and it is submitted to the registered along with certain sum of fees. In this stage, we must and should select the name without any restrictions, without any copying of symbols or colors or taglines of the other companies. And also, we should not select the national anthems, taglines, national flag colors. Why? Because it is very, very essential. It is prohibited. The selecting of national flags, national anthems, and national symbols to the company, it is purely prohibited. We should select the other type of colors, other type of names, other types of symbols for our company. Therefore, this stage is very, very essential and most important stage here, approval of the name stage. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ, ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಮಾಡಿಸುವಂತಹ ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪಿತ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ನೋಂದಣಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಿಂದ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಪಡೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಒಂದು ನೋಂದಣಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನ ಪಡೆದುಕೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ನೋಂದಣಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಹೆಸರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ನಾವು ಆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಚಿಹ್ನೆಯನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಣ್ಣವನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಇತರ ಕಂಪನಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಎರವಲು ಪಡೆದುಕೋಬಾರದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪನಿ ವಿಭಿನ್ನವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪನಿ ವಿಶಿಷ್ಟವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ ಹೆಸರು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕಂಪನಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಹೆಸರು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಚಿಹ್ನೆಯನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಣ್ಣವನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇತರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಚಿಹ್ನೆ, ಬಣ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಇದು ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಒಂದು ಹಂತ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ವಿಭಿನ್ನವಾಗಿ ವಿಶಿಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ನೋಂದಣಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ಹತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಶುಲ್ಕವನ್ನ ಪಾವತಿಸಿ ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನ, ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆಯನ್ನ ಪಡೆದುಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಒಂದು ಹಂತ. ಎರಡನೆಯ ಒಂದು ಹಂತ ನೋಡಿ, ಫಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಹಿಯರ್. The second stage here, filling of documents. Documents. What are those documents? The application for registration must be accompanied by the following documents. What are those following documents? The first document is Memorandum of Association. What is the first document here? Memorandum of Association. The second document here, Articles of Association. The third document here, a list of persons who have agreed to become the directors with their address. And the fourth one is the exact address of the registered office. And the fifth one is statutory declaration. Here, sixth one is the copy of name of approval. See, this is very, very important step in the incorporation of the company. So in this incorporation of the company, we must and should prepare, we must and should submit the necessary documents. What are those necessary important documents? This is very, very essential. What are those necessary and important documents? Among those, the necessary and important documents, the first one is the Memorandum of Association. What is the first one here? Memorandum of Association. Memorandum of Association is nothing but it is the essential document in the registration of the company. So what it means? So it is a 2 marks question they are asking for us. What is meant by Memorandum of Association? What is meant by articles of association? What are the two necessary documents is required in the incorporation or registration of the company? The two necessary documents is, the first one is the memorandum of association and the second one is articles of association. These two is very, very essentially required for the incorporation stage of the company. So what it means? Memorandum of association. So it is also asked for 2 marks expansion also. Expand MOA. Expand AOA means, MOA means it stands for Memorandum of Association. AOA means it stands for Articles of Association. In the first one, see, in the first documents, what is the necessary documents? Among those necessary documents, the first one is the Memorandum of Association. See what it means here, it defines objectives of the company and the incorporation duly signed and stamped and witnessed. See what they are telling here, it defines objectives of the company. Objectives of the company is nothing but what objectives of the organization here. Those objectives either, so the basic and fundamental objective of the organization is nothing but earning profit. Earning profit is the basic and fundamental objective here. This earning profit also the objective of the company you should mention in your memorandum of association. So in the memorandum of association, earning profit, social responsibility, and improving the market share, as well as the providing the salaries, each and every objectives we are clearly mentioned in the memorandum of association. And it must and should signed, duly signed, each and every shareholder. If it is a public company, so each and every shareholder must and should sign this memorandum of association. If it is in a partners, each and every partner must and should sign. It is in a dignitaries or employees, it must and should be signed, and witness also, witness signature, sakshi sahi. Witness signature also is very, very essential. Each and every objectives must and should verified and scrutinized by the top level management, and then it is duly signed and signature will be placed and seal will be placed. After it will be stamped, and they also signate, they also putting the sign of witness. Each and every witness sign stamp must be fulfilled. After this, so they will be submitted to the registered. So this is the first document of memorandum of association. After this, the second one here, articles of association, AOA, articles of association. It is also they are asking for you 2 marks. What is articles of association? It contains rules and regulations. See, what is the rules and regulations regarding the internal management of the company? It is also duly signed, stamped, and witnessed. Means articles of association contains the company rules and regulations, internal management rules and regulations. Each and every organization, it has the management. Management means board of directors, presidents, CEO. So those what we called as management. So in the articles of association, each and every rules and regulations, they are prescribed in the articles of association. It must and should satisfy the terms and conditions of the Companies Act of 2013. It must and should satisfy the terms and conditions of the Companies Act 2013. So those also they are prescribed in these, the internal management rules and regulations. So this documents also is very, very essential to get a incorporation or registration certificate. After that, the third one here, a list of person who have agreed to become the directors. So we should know the, so either in the public company, how many directors are there? Either in the private company, how many directors are there? So they are very, very essential directors. Who is the directors who give the direction, who give the directions, guidelines regarding the activities of the companies? So therefore, a list of persons, how many directors is there in your organization, whether they are satisfying the minimum qualification. What is the minimum qualification of the directors? So the list of agreed directors and the name of the directors, address of the director, we should prescribe in a particular or the specified document. That document also we are provided to the registrar. This is the third document, details regarding the directors with their address. After that, the fourth one here. After that, the fourth one here, the notice about the exact address of the registration of the registered office of the company. So this is very very important here, where your company is located, either in your regional area or in your country or in your uh, state. So where the company's head office or registered office is located, where you are established. So the address of the registered office must ensure prescribed in this document, and it is also is provided to the company. And the fifth one here, a company copy of name approval letter. This is very very essential. So the name approval letter, without the name approval letter we can't fulfill the documents. Therefore the approval, name approval letter also we are receiving from the register, and it is also given to the, so along with the documents. Therefore name approval letter also is a very essential. After that, the sixth one here, a statutory declaration. Legal, statutory is nothing but legal declaration. What they are declaring, that all the legal requirements of the Companies Act in regarding to incorporation has compelled with. Compelled is nothing but we are adopting. We are adopting. So it means it is a statutory declaration, legal declaration given by the company. All rules and regulations, all lawful rules and regulation what prescribed in the Companies Act of 2013, we must and should satisfied, we are following. So this is the another most important document called as statutory declaration, also given by the company to the concerned registered to get a incorporation certificate. So the six are very very essential documents must and should fill by the promoter to get a incorporation certificate. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಂದಣಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರವರ್ತಕ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅತ್ಯವಶ್ಯಕ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅವನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ವಂತಿಕೆದಾರರಿಂದ ಸಹಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ಮನವಿ ಪತ್ರ, ಮನವಿ ಪತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಿ ಹಾಕಿದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಲಿಖಿತ ಕಟ್ಟಳೆಗಳು, ಮನವಿ ಪತ್ರ, ಲಿಖಿತ ಕಟ್ಟಳೆಗಳು, ಕಂಪನಿಯನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಕಚೇರಿಯನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಆ ವಿಳಾಸದ ಸೂಚನೆ ಪತ್ರ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಂತಹ ಒಪ್ಪಂದದ ಪತ್ರ, ಮತ್ತು ಆಡಳಿತ ಇಲಾಖೆಯಿಂದ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪಿತ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಖಾತ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪತ್ರ, ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಪಟ್ಟಿ, ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾವು ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಕಾಯ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗೊಂಡಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಘೋಷಣಾ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನು ಸಹ ಪಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದು ಒಂದು ಪತ್ರಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಮನವಿ ಪತ್ರ, ಲಿಖಿತ ಕಟ್ಟಳೆಗಳು, ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಕಚೇರಿಯ ವಿಳಾಸದ ಸೂಚನಾ ಪತ್ರ, ಪೂರ್ವಭಾವಿ ಒಪ್ಪಂದ ಪತ್ರ, ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರ ಒಪ್ಪಂದ ಪತ್ರ, ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪಿಸುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರಿನ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನ, ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಂದಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ನೋಂದಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವು ನೋಂದಣಿಯ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ ಪಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಹಿಯರ್, next point here the next point we are discussed in the next class.